Okay, good evening Falkirk. First time I've played in a town that's famous for having two big metal horses' heads in the middle of it. So I've got a wee apology to make. What you will notice is, what's that on for this? I do sniff and twitch my nose a lot, and you'll be thinking that cunt's on the ching. I have never taken drugs in my life. I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. The problem is I'm not a very good black belt in Taekwondo, so this beak has been broken more times than Keir Starmer's promises. So anyway, when we're speaking about who's divorced, who's engaged, who's married, I became single about 5 years ago after 25 years. Have any of you tried dating these days? It is absolutely fucking brutal now. For a silver fox like me, it is terrible, and it is those wee millennials there that have ruined it for us. Back in the day, you guys will remember it's a splashy Paco Rabanne or Aramis. You went into town, into Glasgow, Fury Murray's, you always pulled, and if you didn't, you went up to the Savoy for the 2 o'clock pin rake. So, and then if you saw a girl for the second time, that was your girlfriend. But now it's not. I know it's all, I'm talking to him, but I'm not seeing him. I can maybe understand that if you're blind. And I had to actually say that joke on Friday night in Labs in front of Mikey Hughes, who'd been on Big Brother, who was blind. So I'm talking to him, but I'm not seeing him. I'm seeing him, but I'm not going out with him. I'm not going out with him, but I'm going out with him, but he's not my boyfriend. Makes more sense than an SNP cabinet member's expense for him. Remember that guy Matheson, the Justice Secretary? 11 grand in 1 weekend of an iPad bill, and he said, aye, my sons were watching football. Of course they were, Michael. I'm sure what you were watching, certainly balls, it's certainly scoring, it's certainly tackle. Maybe he was watching somebody getting pumped and thought it was Celtic in a European night. That joke is doing very well in Lark Hall, but not so much in Coatbridge. Or there's that other one recently, the Gravy Bus Princess, applying to be an MSP but owes 20 grand in fraudulent PIP money. So she's the girl that put independence in personal independence payment. Anyway, I mentioned Lark Hall there. Do you guys know of Lark Hall? Have you heard of Lark Hall? Hello. Lark Hall is a lovely wee town in South Lanarkshire. I stayed there for 4 years. Really nice people, maybe a few more village idiots per capita than most places, but they have got a wee reputation for religious intolerance, and you really don't like the colour green. Now, these things are true. The council had to put grills over the green lights and the traffic lights because the locals were smashing them. There's shops, Subway Sandwich being one of them, who won't have a green frontage because they're worried it gets smashed in. And there is talk that the young team had actually tried to paint the grass blue as well. So I stayed in Lark Hall, as I say, in the main street, which is Union Street. You couldn't fucking write it. Above Costa Coffee, but if you go back to 2013, it was actually a Chinese restaurant called the Mandarin Walk. Now, why the hell he didn't just call it the Orange Walk? Maybe he was a wee bit worried about Hamza Youssef and his hurty words bill, but then I thought, well, what other businesses could you have where you'll get good business in Lark Hall, because it sounds fairly bigoted, but it'll no breach the hurty words bill. So I thought, well, if the Chinese restaurant's the Mandarin Walk, what about the Indian being the Chili Boys? John Terry, former England captain, he could start his own cladding company, and that would be Terry's Walls. For the ladies, a wee brow bar, the lash my mother wore, or a wee underwear shop, bespoke underwear to hide your illicit substances, and that could be Tuck the Dope. Anyway, this wee guy got his sign stolen from the shop. Look it up, mainstream media, or as we call it in Lanarkshire, the Hamilton Advertiser. His sign will get stolen after 2 weeks. Now obviously somebody in Lark Hall's fucking stole it, put it in the wall beside a 1997 autographed Peter Van Vossen away top on somebody's wall. But the police, the great minds, the Strathclyde Police, I think it was stolen for scrap metal. because 2 weeks before it, a lead had been stolen for the chapel in the Catholic primary school. So South Lanarkshire was in fucking uproar. Who thought that there was a chapel in a Catholic primary school in Larkhall? Plus, surely they would want to leave the lead in the chapel, hoping the Catholics get lead poisoning. And the only thing that's usually stolen for a Catholic primary school is innocence. Anyway, we'll go back to these wee millennials. They talk a completely different language. Fit check. You know what a fit check is? You talk about a fit check, you're young. Fit check? Fit check. To me, a fit check is when you go to your visit to the diabetic podiatrist. Or clap back, I thought that was revenge sex. Or that other wee, that greeting Thunberg, where you have stolen my childhood, you have stolen my freedom, how dare you? Well, greeting, you and your wee millennials have stolen something from me and my generation and our culture, and that is Adidas Samba. So Adidas Samba started off as a football boot that then turned into terrace wear, and they come in one colour, it's black and white, they don't come in neon pink and lime green. Greeting, you have not stood in the terraces, you've never kicked a football, you've never worn a Sergio Tacchini tracksuit, so how fucking dare you? And the internet dating now, you can't just go out and pull, it's Tinder. Swipe left, swipe right, it's the saddest game, a deal or no deal. And I'll tell you, the banker never gave me too many good options. And filtered photos. So ladies, if you are single, you get onto the dating apps, don't filter your photos, we know that's not who we're meeting. I didn't know to filter photos. My first date in 25 years, I thought I was meeting Terry Hatcher for Desperate Housewives. And actually met fucking Terry McCann from Minder. So anyway, thankfully, I am now off the dating apps, and I have met the love of my life, Diane. So Diane and I have actually known each other for 20 years. There was a couple of things stopped us getting together in the past. The first one was her wedding ring, and the second one was my wedding ring. Anyway, both of our circumstances have changed over the years, so 8 months ago we went on a date. And when you get in the car, I thought, well, it's not just my fucking arteries that have hardened in my middle ages. So Diane lives in a place made famous by podcaster, wrestler, actor Grado, the Tap End of Stevenson. Lovely place. Driving through, first time I went to Diane's house, I was driving through, there was that many fridges, beds, furniture in the front gardens. I actually thought that IKEA built a fucking drive-through. Diana is the sexiest gran. She won an award, sexiest gran in Stevenson, and that was really quite an accomplishment because there was a lot of 20 and 30-year-old girls that were vying for that award. So Diane also, we got engaged 6 weeks ago, so we're getting married at the end of this year. So as you do, we're Lanarkshire people, Diane was Ayrshire. I've managed to move into Wishaw with me, saying I've stolen her away rescued her from Stevenson to take her to Wishaw, is saying, look, I've rescued her from Joseph Fritzl and gave her to Fred and Rose West for safekeeping. So we Lanarkshire people, it's on into Glasgow, Buchanan Street and their Guyler Cage. If anybody's been to Buchanan Street these days, it is absolutely murder. Every 2 steps, if you get any spare change, I'm cold, I'm hungry, you get the price of a cup of tea. I says, Diane, can you just fucking shut up and look at engagement rings, please? So Diane said, when she stayed in Stevenson, so she's got a cracking, lovely, big, bouncy pair of Labrador dogs. And we used to walk them on Ardeer Beach. Now, Ardeer Beach, if you're not from that area, Ardeer Beach is the only official nuddy beach in the southwest of Scotland. Why you would want a nuddy beach in Scotland? We've got 2 seasons here, we've got July and we've got winter. I remember I happened upon a nudist beach, honestly, in Gran Canaria. And is it Playboy bunnies that are bare and big bronzed Adonises with a bobby like a baby's arm holding an apple? No, it was wee old women with skin like a Sharpie dog and wee men with these wee purple bobies. Now they're out in the sea, but then they face back onto the beach. So I'll tell you, if my bobby was that wee and that purple, If my bogey was that purple, I would be facing in and showing it off to everybody. Anyway, one day, we were going to walk and I thought, no, I'll give it a try. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. When in Stevenson, do as, what would it be, the simpletons? Do what the simpletons do. So I thought, right, I'll tweak them off, go and walk along with Diane on the beach. This wee man comes up, naked as the day he was born. He was a dog walker as well. The biggest Thatcher pubes you've ever seen in your life. Osama bin Bobby. I thought somebody was getting sucked off by Jimi Hendrix. Anyway, he said to me, listen Biggie, see if you're going to wear that see-through tankini, at least fucking iron it next time. And maybe take a wee lint roller over it as well. Anyway, I say, he'd a dog as well, he'd this wee curly thing. He says, would you like to stroke my cock or poo? And now I'm wishing I'd went for a shit in the sand dunes. The court case is on Tuesday. Wish me luck and thank you, Falkirk.